Hello and welcome to Moero Neketsu Rhythm Damashi, Osu Tarakai Oendan 2. We're going to be calling it OTO 2 for the rest of the showcase. It's a rhythm game for the DS by Enos. We have multiple difficulties. This one is the more popular one, I should say. This guy appeared as a trophy in Smash Brothers, so he's the more recognizable. This is the club captain, aka like the faculty member of the cheer squad. But we're going to be doing a showcase, so we're going to go up to the American-style cheerleaders, who are the secret difficulty. And we're going to turn on the option to remove the timing rings that tell you when to hit the notes. So the way this game works is there's different scenarios. We're not going to be playing this one, where a guy is trying to sell shoes to Martians, but I like the song. Or this one, which is a Peach Boy all grown up and old, still trying to fight demons. You know, notice there's different color flags. That's because there's two teams in here. But we're going to start with a Heartbroken Julia by the Checkers originally. This is the Asahi team's first song in the showcase, the West Side. So we'll see how the song works. There's different scenarios. Unlike the other games in this series, you can skip the intro straight to the action. So we can see the basic type of move are taps. Then we have slides, where you slide across the track. And there's also spins, which you'll see later on in this song. That's basically how the thing works. This song is a 3-star difficulty. So as far as the difficulty goes, they go up to 8. So this is on the lower end. You'll notice the life bar is constantly ticking down, even though I haven't missed any notes. That's kind of unique in this rhythm game. The life bar is always going down, and hitting notes fills it up. So there are times when there's not a lot of notes to hit, or you have, you know, some sequences that are kind of spread out where the life gets kind of scary, even if you're doing well, especially in this difficulty. When you get a 300, which is the best you can hit a note, that gives you more life bar, especially if you do the entire sequence of notes. So the entire color gives you more life at the end if you hit all 300s in that color. That's going to be important later in the showcase for sure. And we get the fastest spin in the game right there, almost. Already this early. So I do want to mention here in this first song, you'll notice that I am left-handed. There is a handedness setting in this game, but it only changes which side of the screen your combo is displayed on. It doesn't change the notes. For that reason, phrases that start on the sides of the screen are very dangerous, especially if they start on the side of your dominant hand, because as you can see, my hand covers up quite a bit of the screen sometimes, depending on where I'm hitting, and when it crosses over, sometimes it gets very tough to hit the notes on the side if you're not ready for them, especially in this difficulty where, you know, you have way less indicator of where the next note is going to show up. Because there would be rings closing, and you would hit the note when the ring closes around the circle, but of course we have those turned off to make it harder. Here's a longer spin here. The timing indicators being gone also applies to the spins, by the way. There should be a ring that tells you how much of the spin you have left, so you know if you could go for more bonus or not, and those are not here. Ending a song with a spin is pretty common in this game. You can see the life bar dips, even though no missed notes in that song. So we're going to go to the other team now. This team is the new one added for this game. They're on the east side. They're kind of couch as competitors. This is Monkey Magic by Godigo, Orange Range is the cover band. This is the Yuhi team, or east side team. This is the only song in the game with completely English lyrics. It's kind of based on Journey to the West, but you'll see the scenario here is kind of more like Toy Story, where these toys are trying to get home. This is the first song in the showcase that has these quick multis. You can see these triple stacks of notes all stacked in the same spot. With this difficulty option, these are really kind of difficult because the only way to tell that a stack is present is to notice how many numbers are skipped, like if it shows up. Now, this song is also the first of the secret songs in the showcase. There's 3 secret songs that you only get when you score high enough cumulative score in each difficulty. The other 2 are going to be Glamorous Sky and Samurai Blue, both of which we will see in this showcase if we hit the incentive to add Samurai Blue. Yeah, but these triple stacks are definitely the threat, and then sometimes very similar phrases in this song have a slide, and sometimes they have taps to go along with the same beats as that slide would have been. So it can kind of fake you out. You'll kind of line up for the taps, and you'll have a slide instead. Very easy to miss the slides in this song. There is a spin coming up here that I really like to try to get 10 bonus rings on. I'll be very happy if I get that. Oh, not quite. Only 9. Actually, any time in the game where if you were to see me do 10 bonus spins, that's a really, really good spin. And because of those spins, the score for each song in this game, at least any song that has a spin in it, is kind of soft capped. Like, there's not like a hard highest possible score because you can get more spins. But of course there is a limit. There's a human limit to how many spins you could probably do. We get another S rank there. We'll talk more about how the scoring works in a moment, I think. So we're going to go back to the other team now. This song is going to be Glamorous Sky, which is another secret song. This is by Mika Nakashima. See if you can spot all the notes in the first phrase of this song while watching the screen with my hand in the way. Look especially for the number 7. See if you can see it. Just to show how tough it is with your hand and this difficulty. Did you see it? Now this is a pretty touching song, like scenario. This is like a childhood friend who's moving away, and they've got big feels about it. And this is not the official sad song of the game. We will see this later. The Enos rhythm games for the DS, which include Oendon 1 and Elite Beat Agents for fans of that game. They have a sad song. We'll see that one later. But this is a good time to notice. You notice how many slides there are in this song. This is like slides, the song. And we should mention that those little dots within the slide are where you actually have to be having your stylus in the slide. And if you miss one of those dots, it will break your combo, but it will not actually count as a miss, as long as it's just the dot that you missed. So this could lead to kind of like weird results where you'll get an S ranking, being you didn't have any misses and you had enough 300s, but like without a full combo, so your score is really bad. So you could actually like beat like an A or a B high score. You'll get an S, but it won't be your high score because it won't have the combo multiplier. But a full combo also does not guarantee an S rank. If you have too many hits that are 100 or 50, which is also possible, you just won't get the S rank. It's a certain percentage that you're allowed to get of those notes. So the more notes that are in the song, the more 100s and 50s you could get and still get an S. But we don't want to see a lot of 50s because that's almost a miss. That's scary. We also see the combo flames. You might notice it's kind of hard to see red and yellow notes in the combo flames. That's just something you have to deal with. They did not put those flames into Elite Beat Agents, I guess because they thought it didn't fit the theme. But as a result, when you get hot combos in Elite Beat Agents, it's a little easier than in this game and in Oendon 1 to actually see what you're doing. Especially near the bottom of the screen where it's like really yellow. Yellow notes are really hard to see down there. For the same reason, blue notes are kind of really hard to see at the beginning of some songs. Oh, we got a miss there. First miss. But it was near the end of the song, so the score is not going to suffer too bad. And you can see that one miss took the life way down. That's what's scary about this difficulty level is you can very quickly fail a song. It can definitely get away from you very quickly. Switching back to the East Side team here, we're gonna have "Feeling Good." The song's originally by Mihimaru GT. This is scenario about a guy who turns into a werewolf whenever he sees circles. So this was what gave me the idea to turn the range rings off because it's more circles for him to look at. So he doesn't turn into a werewolf just when he sees the moon. It's when he sees anything that's round. But he's trying to go on a date. This song really will try to trip you up at the beginning of each segment, the beginning of segments and the beginning of each phrase. There's a lot of phrases in this game that start on the opposite side of the screen that you were just on, including near the very edges of the screen. So for me, there's a couple of left-handed ones that are very tough, but for right-handed players, this song is very dangerous. There are a lot of combos that start on the right side of the screen, which would be very tough. I like these little short slides that are crescent shaped. They're very fun. This song also has very different feeling between each like segment between cutscenes, which I really enjoy. We're going into the more slidey section here. The next segment after this cutscene is also very slidey. And we have now a spin that does not end the phrase. We have to still go. There we go. That red note hides down there after that spin. Very tough. This is the first time in the showcase we've seen that. Spins that do not end the phrase, where you have to keep tapping after the spin, are the hardest thing to do in this game, for sure. Oh no, not the earring. I'm gonna get in this little slow section here. Now I will admit, this is a nice break because slides are the one thing on this difficulty, you know, the longer the slide is, the less you're worrying about the timing because you've already hit it. And watch out, still gotta go. Yeah, there's a 50. That red note likes to hide. It can't be a coincidence that they put red notes after both those spins. They knew what they were doing. And there we go, successful date. And I'm gonna show this cutscene because he gets in trouble here because her eyes are round, you see. And he can't hold himself back, he transforms. But it's okay, because she's into it. I really do encourage everyone to play this game and watch all the cutscenes. The scenarios are really good. You don't have to know Japanese to know anything about it. If you played Elite Beat Agents, it's the same. Very funny. Alright, now we're going to go back to the west side. This is Bambina by Tomoyasu Hotai. People in America will know his work from the Kill Bill movies. He did the song Battle Without Honor or Humanity from there. You should watch the scenario for this one. There's some pretty funny... this kid's trying not to wet the bed because he's getting one-up by the new kid. Tomoyasu Hotai also had a song in the first Oendon and is like a prolific, popular Japanese artist from back in the day. This song's very fun with the multi-taps that kind of lead you around the screen. But that also adds to the difficulty later in the song, for sure. And it mixes slides in there sometimes too, instead of the double taps. This is the first song in the showcase with like a lot of multis. Monkey Magic had the triples, but this has them like everywhere, pretty much in every phrase. Also, the tempo is moving up, so the dancers have to dance really fast in the background. Alright, now watch this. We got a pickup note here. The other segments have not started on this pickup. There it is. Really tricky if you're just hoping for the same thing that the other ones have started with. Because the music in this song is very repetitive, but the notes you're hitting are very different. We get the water monster here with the good sound effects. But he's on it. You also notice there's like, sometimes there's 3 segments of a song and sometimes there's 4. It just depends on how long the song is. A lot of times with the 4-segment songs, they put in a really short segment, like this one, like only 2 phrases really, and it's back to a cutscene. Which you may have understood from the circles. You can fail the cutscenes. If your life bar is in the red segment, you'll get a bad outcome on the cutscene. And some of them are very funny, but some of them are pretty sad, so you don't want to be in the red part of the life bar. It's also very hard to keep playing because the camera zooms in on the dancers and it's very distracting at that point. Alright. He made it through. Alright, now we're going to be moving on. This is the last secret song, and this is the incentive. We will be adding Samurai Blue, originally by ZZ. It's an East Side team song. It's the last secret song in the game. It's an extremely big wall to progress for casual players. The life meter is very fast draining in this song, and misses are very punishing. If you were to get all 100s in this song, it would not be enough to keep you from losing. You would still fail. You need the 300s to keep your life up. We'll see coming up to this song not only has spins that have combos afterwards, which we've already said is like one of the hardest things to do in this game, but they are really fast spins as well. You really have to be on it, and I sometimes barely get them with like 1 or no bonus spins. This song is also possible to score over 4 million points with the rings on, which can only happen in 3 songs in the game. With the rings off, you get like an extra point multiplier, which is why you've been seeing points in like the multi-millions for me. This song does not let up either. There's only one part of it that has like any break, but unfortunately you don't want that break because you desperately need to be hitting notes to keep the life up. So there's actually no way to like get a good life graph in this game. There's always a big dip where there's like a gap of notes. We're riding the airwaves. I haven't even talked about the scenario here, which is this guy's trying to tell his date that he's gonna be running late, and the text message is like fighting to get there. I love this part with the diagonal slides. It's very fun. Only a couple of songs with diagonal slides like that as well. Alright, we get this spin here, but we gotta keep going. Alright. Here we go. After this cutscene, this is where it comes. You gotta fight all these other text messages flying through the air. The teenagers are texting, and here we go. Start with a spin. Don't stop. We got it. Get the combo. Back into the familiar pattern, but then we gotta spin again. Get it all the way through. One bonus. This segment is one of the hardest, like top 3 hardest segments in the game. With some bonus swag on the end spin. And they made it. Nice work. All right, we're going into the second to last segment here. If we see on the life graph, you'll see the dip where there's like a gap in notes. It's not, yeah, it's not because I did anything wrong. Didn't get any misses. It's just because there's not enough notes to keep your life up. We're going over to the west side again now to Zoku by Kishidan. You'll notice if you played Elite Beat Agents, the cat in this is familiar. It's Meowzilla, who was like a movie monster in a scenario in that game. This track is probably my favorite track in the game, actually. It has a lot of short slides and slide bounces where you go back and forth very quickly. And it's easy to miss while looking for the next note. Or to bounce like not enough times. You think it's done and it's not because you can't see the arrows that tell you that it's bouncing. That's what I'm talking about with the bounces. Sometimes they just go back and forth, but sometimes they go like 5 or 6 times. And because they're so small, it's very hard to see them, like, because the ball covers them up a lot of the time. Not a traditional battle here. People who play like a lot of rhythm games may appreciate that the high speed that the notes come at you at this difficulty actually makes a song with like a lot of notes that are tight and with quick clusters actually a little easier. If the notes came in slower, your screen would just be like a mess. The slower scroll speeds can sometimes be harder. This map especially is very cluttered on the lower difficulties because the difficulty right below this with the club captains is close to the same notes. It's just that they give you more time to see where the notes are. I also like the fact this song like kind of sometimes matches what's going on like in the background. Like the guys will be spinning the keyboard and there'll be a spin that you're hitting at the same time. It feels pretty cool when you get it good. This is really long. Got to keep it going. And the final spin. Ooh, pretty high on that. Nice. Okay. Now we are finally going to the sad song of the game. This is Believe by I. It's on the east side. This is the sad song. You can tell it is because the sound effects are completely different than any other song when you hit. And the slides also add sound effects that match the music. If I were to miss notes, you would very easily notice that the sound effects aren't there because it goes with the music. We've put this in the soundtrack here just to make sure we showcase it and also give a good break before the finale songs because they are really hard. This song has a lower note count. Not easier, I will say. The slides in this game, song are tricky. And the placement of the notes after the slides is sometimes very different than what you would expect from the way other beat maps in this game are written. So we can see this aspirational figure skater here. Her sister also was a figure skater but has since passed. So she's kind of trying to reach the top for her. Just like in Elite Beat Agents and Owendon, you really, really do not want to get into the red zone in the life bar because it actually hurts. It's emotional damage when you get the bad scenes in this song. And in fact, when you miss notes, she like stumbles in the background as well. So we're really trying to not miss anything in this song. Because despite it looking easier than the other songs that just came before it, it's very unforgiving on the life bar. Like, I just got 2 100s there. I'm worried about that right now. I do not want to get a bad scene. Song is also going to trick you here. It has a lot of parts that are much longer than you expect. You think they should end, but you keep going. Like here, you think that'd be the end, but no, there's more. You can see how low the life bar is right now. I haven't missed anything. It was about halfway, with the red part is about, you know, 2/5 of the way up. Very spooky song if you're getting, like, even a moderate amount of 100s. It's also pretty long as songs in this game go. Alright, here's the big one. I like to think of that blue note before the slide as the sister. They just put one blue note there. I just didn't want to end this early. The ending's pretty good. Alright. Now we're moving into the end game here. The finale is 2 songs that play back to back. The scenario is that the sun has gone out and it needs to get turned back on. The first song of this is Countdown by Hyde, and it is intense. It's very short, which is very lucky for us, because if it wasn't, it would easily be the hardest song in the game. It is very hard to see. This and the next song include double tap slides where you tap and then tap again before you start the slide. It's really hard to see on this difficulty. Ridiculous hard. Without the rings, you just have to know that it's there, because you don't have time to see that a number is missing before the next one shows up in the sequence. We can see the dancers in the background. The tempo is very unforgiving. They're schmoovin'. Alright. So far, so good. This segment coming up next, though, is ratcheting the difficulty up way higher. You'll see the double slides coming. There they are. And the final sequence is really crushing. Oh, 2 misses and a 50 there. That's a rough end, but at least it's at the very end and we didn't fail. So you don't get a bad scene if you're in the red at the end of the song. Except we kind of do get a bad end because the original team knocked the new team out of the way and they got hit by that iceberg. So now they're frozen. You can see how far the life went just instantly. Very scary. We're going to keep this cutscene in because it's just too good. And, you know, I like playing the final song with tears in my eyes. So this is where we'd put, like, shout-outs or whatever else we wanted to say. This is That's What the World Calls Love by Sambomaster. It's an 8-star song. It is... It's so good, but it's also so hard. Sambomaster also did the 5th opening song to Naruto, if you have any Naruto fans here. And this song in particular was used as a closing theme for a show called Train Man, as well as appearing in Drum Mania and Guitar Freaks. It is an endurance song. It's very long. It's very unforgiving. The only good way to get life back is bonus points on spins, or if you're getting like the full 300 life bonus on phrases. So you really, really, really do not want to be getting 100s. It's not quite as punishing as the finale of Oendon 1 as far as how many notes you can miss and still pass it, but it is much harder than that game to full combo this song. Whenever the squad says go or people are cheering for Oendon, this is when, like, I would love to hear the chat and the crowd go crazy and be saying go as well, or cheering. Because now the Oendon needs the people's help. We didn't even mention it, but the way it works is when you say Oendon, they just appear. They just show up to help you. So now the people are doing that for them. All the people you helped across the game, including the songs we didn't get to see in this showcase, at least. I love how the life bar counts up here. It's much slower than other songs. That was a double tap. Didn't see it. And just with that one miss, I'm almost in the red zone. Really have to work hard here to get all 300 combos to get the life back. If I had gotten 2 misses there instead of 1, I would have gone into like the danger zone where it zooms in really far on your people and you're like just about to fail. We can see it's mixing multis, slides, bounces, phrases on different sides of the screen. It's throwing everything at you here. Triple bounce, triple slide with a multi. We get spins. We've got the rest of the world in on it now. We've unfrozen enough that they can help us now. It's kind of like we're going to spirit bomb the sun. Makes sense. In the first game, we had an asteroid that we blasted. In Elite Beat Agents, we had an alien invasion. In this one, we're turning the sun back on. It's escalated. Alright, spin, but we're not done. Cool. Beginning of that phrase, just a little off. Not done yet. Okay, finally we get a little break with a cutscene. The team is crying. The true difficulty comes in now. The song was playing with us until this point. This segment is really hard. Unfortunately missed there, but I think we're gonna make it. There we go. Love and peace, everyone. I do think part of what I like so much about this song and the scenario is, like, the world is so beautiful, right? And part of why it is that beautiful is everyone's connections to each other. Alright, we did it. That's going to be the main showcase, and the incentive was included in there as well. We get the team up screen. Very cool. You see the big dips from those misses. Very scary. Big, big dips. Well, thanks for watching this part. I do think we're going to have a little bit of a bonus segment where we show you what is possible on these last two finale songs. And here we are. This is just a little bonus showcase. I'm not going to really commentate too much on it, but just to show you what an S rank on these songs looks like. You know, I was doing it all in one take for the main showcase submission. This will show you what it can really be. Alright, this next segment here is what I would characterize it as one of the top 2 hardest segments in the game. This part right here with the double tap slides, and then the very end where you have to hit It's 14 notes very quickly and like very precisely. There we go. So even though that's a full combo S rank, still not a high score because the song is so short. And like I said, if it were longer, too tough. And now we're here on the finale, which you can see the score can cap out when you have the rings off. Literally can't read any higher. We cleaned up that first section. We really like to see those bonus spins in this song. Remember, not done yet. Okay. And here we get into the really difficult part. I would call it the victory lap, but it's not. It's definitely the hardest part of the song. Extra note they slipped in down there. You can't see it. Not on this difficulty. But it's there. And there we go. You saw right near the end of that final phrase, the score caps out. The game does still actually track if you, what your actual high score is, it just can't display it. Like if you were to miss the final note, it knows the difference between that and getting it all. But thanks for watching, especially this bonus segment. I would be pretty hyped up if I could get this on stage, for sure. And just to show, even with a perfect performance, S ranked, the life bar still has some dips in there.